Okay, and I am back with an off-the-board layout for you guys today. And today my pin from Pinterest is this layout here from Vicki Parker. So I have picked out some bits and pieces from Pear Tree cut files, as well as this trim. I don't know where I received this, but it is a trim of snowflakes. So I'm going to use that up. Some odds and ends from a close to my heart chipboard, I don't know, die cuts? No, chipboard, I forgot. And then I believe these are Pink Fresh. I'm not really sure where I picked up those either, you guys. Random stuff. I am pulling out woodworks here is what I'm doing. And then I also have a little like enamel dots that are in the shape of peppermints from a Stampin' Up! Paper Pumpkin kit. I don't remember where that pine cone came from. I have some Minte cutouts, as well as some Just Not For Boys Kit Club words. Just random stuff, you guys. And I do not end up using everything. I just like to pull things out and see, whether or not I can. And then, of course, the task of putting everything away. I love it when I use everything and I don't have anything to put away. I have some enamel dots that were gifted to me by Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. I have these pretty little studio alphas that came in a Not Just For Boys Kit Club kit. I have these really old acetate snowflakes. Really old, you guys. I wish I could show you guys what, how old they are. But I want to say 2009, maybe even older. Holy cow. Just hold on to things. And then also these rings that are from another close to my heart scrapbooking kit that I did not use as the intended kit. I have one photo of my son and his frozen hat. Don't ask. And then I have my leftover Vicki Boutin piece that was from my daughter's previous page, but I really loved this aqua blue. I have this red plaid that is a Stampin' Up! Paper, and then it's got these beautiful snowflakes on top. So I'm going to attempt to use that piece. And then this piece here is a Simple Stories, like a solids color from, I think, Christmas Lodge. And then I believe this is also Christmas Lodge. Yes, Red Santa's Christmas Lodge. And I'm going to use the black stripes. So what I'm going to be doing is actually using all of these papers to create a 12 by 12 layout. So I don't intend to use an actual 12 by 12 piece of paper. And so to start off, I'm going to rip a couple pieces of paper just like what is in my inspiration pin. And then I'm going to use this Vicki Boutin piece here to finish off the 12 by 12 portion. I do want a little bit of bulk because I don't know how flat this layout is going to be, and flat layouts just aren't my thing. I mean, I do love a flat layout, but I just feel like it's always missing something. Yep. I can't decide if I want to use the snowflake side of the red paper or if I just want to use the red. I think I do end up using just the snowflake, and then I will use the red to mat my photo. So I get the best of both worlds. And I am going off of the inspiration pin that I will be posting up here a little bit later. But I am going off because she's got a little bit more of the red than she does the green. She's got a little bit more of the blue more than anything else because it's her whole left side of the page, all that good jazz. And so I was just trying to represent that. Also, too, I picked this pin because of the fact that she is using traditional colors mixed in with non-traditional colors. And I would have never done this if this was one of my Christmas layouts, because it would have stuck out like a sore thumb and I couldn't do it. But because it is more of a wintry layout and not so much Christmas, I feel like I am able to make this happen and make it work. And I really wanted to try to incorporate that blue in with all of the traditional red colors. Now, mine aren't as muted as her colors. Mine are definitely in your face Christmas green and red and the whole works, but I love the combination. That Vicki Boutin paper just makes it happen, and I think it's because it has a little bit of that green in it. I really do. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to make these circles more like my background. She's got a lot of the big stars behind her photo. She's got like a starburst of stars, and I really wanted a starburst of snowflakes. I just didn't have enough snowflakes to get the look I was going for, or the look that she created. So the circles are going to help me with that look. They're going to be like a filler in the background for my snowflakes. Now, all of the acetate pieces that I have ever known always have some sort of backer piece to them that you have to peel off before you can actually use it. I don't know why. That is just the weirdest thing ever to me. But it is there, and it needs to be, taken off. So that is what I'm working on now, is taking these all off before I get too involved in this layout and completely forget. So I only had 3 of these little acetate pieces left over because I have used them over the years, but they are really big, huge, you guys, and I don't know how to use big elements like this. I really don't. I struggle with... I don't struggle with, per se, the one down at the bottom, in the bottom left, but the one that is in the upper corner of my son's photo, I really do struggle with large elements like that. So I'm taking this snowflake trim, just going to go ahead and trim off every single one of these snowflakes because, again, I wanted that burst of snowflake like she has the burst of stars. And once I have all of the elements picked out, I will pull up her, once I have all the elements picked out and I actually start putting the layout together, that's when I'll put her pin up. I just really didn't want, I didn't really want to clutter up the desk, so that way you guys could see where my hands are picking and pulling the elements from. Because right now it's just, I'm making decisions on what I want to bring into the layout. Do I want this? Yes. Do I want that? Nope. Okay, and then that's where I make those decisions. And again, there I go using my hand as my wax paper. I don't know why I started doing that. Oh my gosh, if anybody can tell me, please let me know. And then I am deciding whether or not I want to use these. I don't know if these are Pink Fresh or if these are, I want to say maybe a Cartabella. I'm not really sure, you guys. They are not my typical manufacturer that I purchase. I do know that they came in a kit from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club. I just don't know who made them. So if you guys do know, that would be awesome to share that. I love it when you guys help me out with what papers, where they came from, all that stuff. That is awesome. And I appreciate that so much. So now that I have made up my mind of what I want where, I am going to go ahead and start gluing everything down. And the first thing I'm going to do is pop up my photo so that way it lifts up off the page and seems like it's resting on top of all of the embellishments that I'm going to be adding. So here is the layout that Vicky has created. And on both sides of her photos, she has greenery and really fun things peeking out behind the photo, which I think is really super fun as well. And I'm going to do that with just the large clusters that came from that kit. So, and I can't say they came from the club because they weren't manufactured from the club. I just don't know where they were from, you guys. And so I apologize. They're the last little bits that I have. And normally by that time, I do not save packaging. So I am going to put this swag going on. So before, when I was deciding and making the decision making, I was going to I was going to switch the 2 pine cone images, and at the very last minute, I changed my mind. I am going to pop those up so I can tuck the felt snowflakes here and there and everywhere. I do want to add, I didn't have a hat. Now, I do have a hat. I sell one in the store. But again, using up older supplies, I didn't want to take a hat from the store when I had mittens. And so I was just going to add these mittens and have them hanging. I think I was going to have a string come in too, and I got rid of that idea as well. I was just going to have the mittens kind of tuck in. Now, what's annoying about the mittens is the fact that they were both left-hand mittens. I didn't have a left and a right. So I wanted to tuck them under so that way you couldn't see the thumbs at all, and they're just mittens. And then it wasn't going to bother me as much as having two left mittens. So, and then I am using glue dots to glue down each individual little felt piece. One of the reasons why I use glue dots is because of the fact that when you use a liquid glue, for anything fabric, it's porous. And so it's going to take longer, whether it's quick dry glue or not. It is going to take a little bit longer for it to dry because it has to go through all those pores that are in the fabric, felt, whatever you are trying to put that liquid adhesive. I'm too impatient to wait for that to dry. Will it eventually dry? It will. I just don't have the patience to find out for how long. I know that hot glue would have definitely worked on this because it's an instant stick, for sure. It dries so fast that it doesn't have time to go through all the pores. But the string-a-thingies from the hot glue would have drove me nuts. So the glue dots work really, really well, to help me glue down all of these snowflakes. And then, of course, I'm adding the little words that says hilarious and so silly because my son left his hat outside overnight. And when he was getting ready for school the next day, he was like, "Where's my hat?" And it was in the backyard where he was playing. And so I asked him, I said, "Well, check the last place you used it." And he knew he used it outside. So he went and got it. And he came back in and he's like, "It's frozen." Like he tried to put it on and it wouldn't work. And so he was just such a goofy guy that it, was like, "I'm going to take it to school anyways." Oh my goodness. It's not like it's the only hat he owns, seriously, but he was infatuated with the fact that his hat was frozen stiff from just being outside overnight. And that was hilarious to us, you guys. So I had to document it because, it's just one of those stories that you want to remember because who has frozen hats? All right, so I am on a kick to use up enamel dots, so I am just going absolutely crazy. I started off with the little peppermint looking ones from Stampin' Up, and now I moved on to these ones here that were gifted to me. And I think these were from a card kit. And so I'm not really familiar with the card kit. But yeah, I used up all of the dark aquas and the light aquas to help me just scatter all over the layout. And now I am finishing the layout off with a little bit of splattering from my Dina Wakley. Is it? No, I apologize. Yeah, it's Dina Wakley acrylic white spray. And then I am going to remember that I have all of these alphas stuck to my thumb. And put down the title. Now, I was going to say frozen hat, but his expression was, "It's frozen." And so I went ahead and stuck with "It's frozen." And instead of, frozen hat, because that's obvious, right? I think, maybe, I'm not really sure. But you guys, I am so excited that I was able to mesh these colors together. At first, it's definitely outside of my comfort zone. That is for sure. But I have to tell you, I really like it. I love the mix of the browns and the blacks. I love the mix of the blues with the traditional Christmas colors. I'm shocked at how well this worked out because this is not me. And if it wasn't for Vicky's pin that I saved because I absolutely loved her starburst coming out from behind her photo, I probably would have never ventured into these colors. So thank you, Vicky, for your pin and being such an inspiration for my layouts. All right, you guys, be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with Off the Board this month. We do it on the very last Wednesday of every month. And it's just for us to take all of those pins that we have pinned over the years on Pinterest and finally put them to use, whether it is creating a layout or it is, you know, doing a DIY type of deal, anything like that. And so, yeah, it's just a fun way to actually hold us accountable. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.